Zodiac Killers. Yeah.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. I was just reading this lovely book called The Zodiac. We'll tell you about it. Come along. The Zodiac story began near Bencia, California, on the night of December 20th, 1968, when a motorist discovered the lifeless bodies of two teenagers at Lover's Lane spot along Lake Herman Road. Victims Betty Lou Jensen and David Faraday had been out for their first official date, although they had been seeing each other for at least 2 weeks. Earlier that evening, David and Betty Lou had promised Mr. and Mrs. Jensen that they would return by 11 p.m., but witnesses had seen the couple sitting on Lake Herman Road as late as 11:10 p.m. By the time they were found, Betty Lou was dead from 5 gunshot wounds in her back, and David Faraday was dying from a gunshot wound to his head. Shell casings were recovered at the scene, and one witness reported seeing a vehicle parked next to the Faraday's Rambler at the time of the shooting. Another teenage boy was briefly considered a suspect due to his relationship with Betty Lou Jensen, but he had an alibi, and authorities concluded that he was not responsible for the shootings. The investigation produced no viable suspects and continued into the summer of 1969.
Please describe the suspect.
I saw a short man, white male, about 5'8", but he was heavy set, almost 200 pounds I would say. And he has short curly hair, and he was dressed in dark clothing. I did not see his face.
Only 6 days after the shooting at Blue Raspberry Park, 3 envelopes arrived at 3 different Bay Area newspapers. Each envelope contained a handwritten letter and a piece of coded message. The writer provided a list of details regarding the 2 murders and explained that in the code you will find his identity. The letter ended in a warning: if you do not print this cipher in the newspaper by the afternoon of August 1st, I will go on a killing rampage. I will cruise around all weekend, killing lone people in the night and move on to kill again. Until I end up with 12 people over the weekend that I have killed. A crossed circle symbol had been drawn at the bottom of this page, you see. Donald Gene Harden and Betty June Harden solved the code. We're having an interview with them right now. Come inside and see. We cracked the code!
I like killing people because it is so much fun. It is more fun than killing a wild game in the forest because man is the most dangerous animal of all to kill. Something gives me the most thrilling experience. It is even better than getting your rocks off with a girl. The best part of it is when I die, I will be reborn in paradise, and that I have killed will become my slaves. I will not give you my name because you will try and slow down atop my collection of slaves for afterlife.
Weeks passed as the manhunt continued. The Zodiac moved north to the Napa Valley and California wine country, where he stabbed a young couple on the banks of Lake Beressa. Cecilia Shepard later died from multiple stab wounds, but her friend, Brian Hartnell, survived. We have an interview with him now. Welcome, Brian.
Hello.
Can you please describe the attacker for me?
Well, he was wearing a black squared hoodie with a white cross circle over his chest.
And did he leave any evidence on your car?
Yes, he used a black marker and he drew a large cross circle on the door of my car.
Anything else?
Under it, he used a black marker again to list the dates of 2 shootings, and he added
September 27th, 69, 6:30 by knife.
Thank you for your time, Brian.
During the murder of Cecilia Shepard, the police department received a call from a telephone booth nearby.
I want to report a murder. No, a double murder. They're 2 miles north of Park headquarters. They were in a white Volkswagen. I'm the one who did it.
The Zodiac's next attack occurred in an upscale neighborhood in San Francisco known as Presidio Heights on the night of October 11th, 1969. 29-year-old cab driver Paul Stein picked up the Zodiac and was directed to the intersection of Washington and Maple Streets. However, the cab was later found parked 1 block further west at Washington and Cherry Streets. Paul Stein's lifeless body was discovered inside the cab, dead from a gunshot wound to the head.
Fingerprints found inside the cab and on its exterior were photographed and collected. On the driver's side of the vehicle, police found fingerprints which appeared to contain traces of blood. Investigators believe that these fingerprints may have been left by the killer. 3 young witnesses watched the crime in progress and from a house directly across the street, and they contacted police. According to the witnesses, the killer was last seen standing in the exact area where the fingerprints were discovered, and he was apparently touching the cab and using a piece of the victim's blood-stained shirt to wipe at its surface.
He was an adult male
In his early 40s,
He was about 5'8", heavy build,
with reddish blonde hair.
he wore glasses, and a dark blue parka.
This is the story of Kathleen Johns. She told authorities she had accepted a ride from a mysterious stranger who resembled the Zodiac, but the man had turned menacing and threatened her life. Johns claimed that she managed to escape by jumping from the man's car. The Zodiac later claimed that he was responsible for the failed abduction in a letter. She was the one that got away. The author's prime suspect in the book was Bob Hallstar. He was actually a convicted child molester and reported a possible Zodiac suspect in 1971. He had been subject to a brief investigation which had failed to produce any evidence. However, he had confessed to his family and friends, taunted police, and describes the details of the crimes before they even happened. Along with other convincing tales, these stories appear to prove that Bob Hallstar was in fact the Zodiac. The Zodiac killer was never found. He's still out there. You better watch out. He's climbing in your windows, snatching your people up, trying to kill them. So you better hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, because he's killing everybody.
Yeah. "26 days after the shooting at Blue Rock Spring Park, 3 envelopes arrived at different..." Oh, go. "Here's a flashback. Why don't you see?" Go. "Here's a flashback. Why don't you come and observe?" I like killing people. I don't want to die!
Oh my god! Ow!
Am I a good creeper? You were like, should I not do that? No.
You look like a bunny. You're feeling rough.
No? Fine, I'll walk with swag.
The one that got away. Hey man.
Come in my car.
Okay.
Claire. Claire.
Claire. Claire. Claire. Claire. Claire. Claire. Claire. Claire. Claire. Claire.
Oh, she parked in 2 spots.